We're live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Live from the GME studio, it's Good Morning Entrepreneurs.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Good Morning Entrepreneurs.
Are you an entrepreneur who has felt like you were all alone on your business adventure? Well, you're in the right place.
You know, being an entrepreneur can be lonely and challenging at times, looking for people to bounce ideas off of and get feedback.
Welcome to Good Morning Entrepreneurs,
the show designed by entrepreneurs for entrepreneurs just like you.
Keep watching for your dose of entrepreneurial fun with the Roving Reporters and, of course, Kim and Carrie.
As we like to say around here, buckle up, Buttercup.
Good morning, entrepreneurs, and welcome to show number 99. Can't even comprehend it's the double nines today, but I am Kim White. I am the founder and fierce leader of the My Sexy Business team and community, and I'm joined by all these lovely humans. I have to say, I am so proud of each one of you, and I'm going to try to make this short and sweet, but y'all just have to bear with me because I love these humans. So I have next to me Denise Millet. She is the findability queen. Yes, this is a royal court this morning. She is the findability queen. If you have a website, need a website, Denise is your girl. SEO, Denise is still your girl, like all the things. So if you can't be found online, how can they even do business with you? So go to Denise Millet. I also have Jill Olish. She is the founder of Mama Outspoken and executive team leader of My Sexy Business. And Jillo is just a rock star. That's what we're going to say. She does so many things to help mamas and entrepreneurs and mama entrepreneurs together. Let's say that. So welcome, Jillo. Kat is here with us. She is the freaking fabulous Kat Corchado, in case you don't already know that. She is an icon, actually. We want to say that. So that's above royalty, y'all. She's a movement specialist. She is a veteran, and she does so many amazing things to help all those around her. So welcome, Kat.
Thank you, Kim.
Last but definitely not least is the media personality and interview king himself, Adam Rothenberg. Adam is the founder of the Call Me Adam entertainment platform, who has hit 1.6 million visitors in the last little bit. And I just am very proud of all of you. So welcome, welcome, welcome.
And Kim, I think we should talk about who the show is for a little bit. So I want to make sure that everybody out there watching understands that this show is for you. It's for entrepreneurs, business owners, anybody who's on the journey or just starting or thinking about it. We want to share the behind the scenes experiences, some of the wisdom we've gained, some of the struggles we've gone through, so that you don't make the same mistakes we did, but you also might find some nuggets of info that help you along your way. So this is for everybody who's ever interested in entrepreneurship in any way, and we want to make sure we give as much as we can to you so that you can succeed.
Well said, Denise Millet.
I feel included in that, Denise, when you talked. I was like, that's me. I'm part of that.
I wrote it.
I know. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
So when I talk about these segments that we're getting ready, I always say it's my favorite. But what I mean to say is that they're all my favorite. So right now, why don't we go to Entrepreneur Land?
We live in entrepreneur land, is how I am going to say. But this week's theme is confidence marketing versus desperate marketing. And I can't wait to get into this over the course of the show. We'll be adding little things here and there. But if you've ever heard someone who they're just desperate for you to buy their thing, that's desperate marketing, and it is so not sexy, y'all. I'm just going to say that. But confidence marketing, when you know that you're the solution for someone and you know how to convey that to them. That to me is confidence marketing.
I absolutely agree, Kim. I think that when you're desperate, it's sometimes you're just not sure how to do something and it comes off desperate. So I'm sure nobody goes into this feeling like, I just got to make a sale. They're just figuring it out. And sometimes it's hard to appear confident. So
I think some of the other words that float around remind me of what desperate marketing, which is creepy marketing. That's one of our other favorite terms. And that definitely feels creepy to me. So when you're talking confidence marketing, it just, what is it? It oozes confidence. Like it makes me feel like that is where I want to be. If you're sure-footed in what you are doing and how you're trying to help people, that just makes me feel like you're my flavor.
And to piggyback on that, Jill, when I think of confidence marketing, I think about how you feel about your business. If you're confident in your business, not copying what everyone else is doing, throwing, what do we say, Kim? Sketty at the wall and hoping it sticks, and staying in your lane, not going over here and over there and see what that person's doing, but knowing that your marketing is part of who you are as a business owner.
Mm-hmm. And one thing I feel like that gives us confidence marketing or confidence in business is the GME Chronicles, because it shows us everything that we have done individually, but then what happens when you come together as a group. So we're not sharing the GME Chronicles to, as Kim would say, be braggadocious. It's to show you what's possible. It's to give you ideas of what you can do in your business. So why don't we get some confidence and go into the GME Chronicles?
Thank you, Kim and team. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the GME Chronicles. My name is Jill Olish, and we have some updates for you today, March 7, 2025. The GME Chronicles is a celebration of moving the needle in our businesses, and we want to share these numbers out loud with you to show what is possible when we come together in business. Last week included 4 Pilates classes with Kat. My Sexy Business held the annual Potluck and NISBE Awards. We had Kitchen to Kitchen, Sticky No Time Accountability, Email Boot Camp for the Groundwork Brigade Masterminders, TNT Website Workshop, Website Royalty Workshop. Rounds 30 and 31 of Fire Up Mastermind had met. There were 2 sessions of Simple Publishing Mastermind and 2 sessions of Groundwork Brigade Mastermind. We want to say an extra congratulations to the NISBE Awards recipients. We had Adam Rothenberg for the 2024 Producer of the Year, Kat Corchado for 2024 Event of the Year with Revitalize Your Midlife Symposium, for Donna Bender with the 2024 Show of the Year, the Big Show and Tell. We had Yvonne Marchese with the 2024 Podcast of the Year with Late Rumor Living, and Denise Millet with the 2024 YouTube Channel of the Year for @Findability Queen. And we had Linda Bonney and myself with the 2024 Collaboration of the Year for Mucked Up My Self-Care Podcast. Congratulations, recipients. Kat posted 1 new blog, Understanding When to Skip Your Workout. And Adam posted 3 new interviews featuring Dan Watt, Paulo Zott, and Jigs Burgess. Donna hosted the Big Show and Tell, and My Sexy Business went live with show number 98 of Good Morning Entrepreneurs. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you never miss an upcoming show or new clips. 5 new podcast episodes dropped last week. Go give them a listen. We have Sisters in Service with episode 184, Mucked Up My Self-Care with episode 97, 5 and 15 Interviews Leadership Series with episode 54, Late Bloomer Living with episode 221, and Buckets and Boom Gates with episode 91. On Clubhouse, Adam and Denise hosted the My Sexy Business Not Creepy Room on Wednesday, and on Thursday, we held the 25th Walk and Talk for the community. You can connect with the Roving Reporters through the GME directory. Head over to mysexybusiness.com/GME and you can find everyone there. Last week's number of 28 brings the grand total to 6,254 amazing things done collectively by this community in just 3 years and counting. We look forward to more updates coming up next week. If you are ready to join in on the fun around here, you can find us coming up at Impact Over Noise tomorrow, Saturday, the 8th of March. Wherever you are watching, come watch and participate. There, we will be live streaming then. And we'll have Kitchen to Kitchen tomorrow as well, as you can always join the community wherever we are meeting up, like the Clubhouse Audio app, in the BBG studio, at Brower Brigade Mastermind, the Walk and Talk, and Kitchen to Kitchen, and wherever you're watching Good Morning Entrepreneurs right now. If you are looking for more information on our events, you can head over to our website at mysexybusiness.com/events. Back to you in the GME studio.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh my goodness. I'm so proud of y'all. And I have to just brag. I am going to brag for a second. Let me just say that. It's not bragging on me. It's bragging on these lovely humans, because those numbers just amaze me every week. And all of them started with a big fat 0. I need everybody to remember that this is not something that any of the humans in this community were born knowing how to do, or started at 1,000 or whatever it is. You have to remember that we are a show. We want to show possibilities to you. And that's something I want you to recognize. Every podcast started at 0. Every show started at 0. Every blog started at 0. All of the things. So if you are entertaining the thought of doing business, understand what to choose. Can't choose it all. Understand what to choose and get busy, y'all. I'm so excited for these numbers. It's just beautiful. And Jill, thank you for including the Misbees.
Yes.
We did have our official Misbee Award ceremony, and what an amazing night. What an amazing thing to be part of, and amazing to watch you all squirm in your chairs. That's what I'm going to say.
I think I didn't dress up well enough.
Oh.
Pull the sequins out, would have been better.
I think the hardest part was receiving a package and not being able to open it. You know how hard that was?
Yeah.
Oh.
But how exciting was it to, once we were able to open it, and then you see what's inside and you're like, holy smokes.
Yeah, that there was nothing left of the box. The box was torn open to shreds.
Yes, we did notice that, Kat. You were a little bit exuberant.
I love it.
For sure.
I love it. As a business owner, I just want to say this. I spent a lot of years before I ever got recognized for anything. And I think that sometimes when you're in the trenches, I'll call it, and you're doing all the things for your business, it's just nice that somebody notices. It's nice that somebody notices what you're doing and how you're solving problems and helping other people. So we want to say out loud, collectively, we want to say out loud, we hope you are taking time to celebrate your milestones, because you watching is the reason that we can continue to do Good Morning Entrepreneurs. So we have a special message for you today of, who knows, you might be the next Ms. B recipients as well. So stay tuned, y'all.
And Kim, don't we have some exciting things coming up next week because next week is the 100th episode, the 100th show of Good Morning Entrepreneurs.
Adam, I'm so excited. And let me just be very clear. Adam was the 2023 and the 2024 producer of the year for the Misbees. And I will say, Adam, thank you for keeping me on track, because I missed that note that I was supposed to mention that it was wonderful that we were coming into the 100th show. So this is what happens, y'all, when you have a great set of producers and associates. Thank you. Adam. So next week is going to be even more rogue than usual. Let's just be honest. And we have a lot of fun announcements. While they're not the actual Ms. B's, there will be quite a few certificates handed out during the show that no one gets to know about beforehand, because, we have to keep it in the envelope and, keep it quiet and, all the things.
Did you hire the accounting firm to hold on to them and stuff?
That's right. I have Troy holding on to all the information so that way nobody can get it. He's got it handcuffed in a briefcase. But next week we will definitely have some fun. We do hope we make you all giggle along the way, because sometimes we need a giggle when we're business owners, when it gets really hard. And just having a good laugh with others who understand, I think, is a very fun way to spend a Friday morning, y'all.
Oh, I can't agree with you more, Kim. But I will say that some topics that are a little bit more serious are also good when we laugh in between, too. And I want to share the next minute or so with our sponsor, the Sisters in Service podcast, who does some really, really great work in helping us see what happens behind the scenes in the military and how you transition to the world. And we're so grateful that we have the Military Minute.
Kat, what does honor mean to you, coming from the military, going into business, and all the things that are involved in our human lives? What does honor really mean to you?
It's doing the right thing even when no one's watching. It's doing the right thing, and you don't need applause. You just do the right thing because it is the right thing, and you're okay with it. That's what honor means to me, is doing the right thing even when no one's watching.
I love that answer. I believe Kat represents honor well. I just want to say that out loud. Thank you for wearing the uniform. And Kat, thank you for all of the support you give around you to all of everyone in your life. Let me just say that. Thank you for that. But you definitely walk the walk, not just talk the talk. So thank you.
Well, thank you, Kim.
And don't mistake me. Kat is way fun and laughs a lot. She's not totally serious, but she brings the basic understanding and common sense of the world into business just by sharing. Do the right thing. It's so important for everybody to do good business by doing the right thing.
I thought that was a great segment, Kat, and it really is true that you're doing the right thing even when nobody's watching. But I will say the applause is nice sometimes, and sometimes I will find myself giving myself a hand after doing something because there is nobody around to give me that round of applause except myself. So,
well, I think it's nice to be recognized, but you don't want to just do it just to get recognized. You want to do it because
it is the right thing.
It's the right thing. But one of the things in the military is integrity. Mm-hmm. That's the main source. A lot of times you hear that in the military: integrity. And you carry that with you, whether you serve 4 years or 20 or 30 years, you carry it with you all the time.
I think we're grateful to be in a community where everybody's integrity is intact.
Well said, Adam. Well said.
Great. Well, again, thank you, Kat, for wearing the uniform. And I'd like to bring us on over to another roving reporter who's not wearing a uniform, but does bring us lots of characters and costumes, but ultimately helps us really get more knowledge on how to surprise and delight our clients, customers, people that we want involved in our businesses with her marketing tips. So Donna Bender is going to take it away in our next segment.
Donna Bender is a master givologist, branding product strategist, corporate marketing trainer, published author, host of The Big Show and Tell, summit leader, and GME roving reporter.
Thanks, Kim and Carrie. This is Donna Bender coming to you today as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs. Today's surprise and delight marketing segment is on, so you've been asked to sponsor at a golf tournament. What do you put in the swag bag? Golf season is an exciting time of year, and all the events are starting, from chamber, charity, golf associations, and company-sponsored events. Have you ever wanted to get in front of a specific audience, but you're not sure how? Well, you may want to consider looking at golf in a whole new light. Golf is not just a sport, but a networking haven for new contacts and for building relationships. According to PGA America, approximately 90% of Fortune 500 CEOs actively engage in golf. 80% of business professionals surveyed agree that playing golf facilitates the establishment of new business contacts. So, are you getting what I'm saying and seeing that this could be another great opportunity? So, what do you put in the bag? Here are some ideas. It's very hot on that golf course, so a nice cooling towels for the player is a great idea. Plus, it has a very large canvas for you to market your company. A nice divot tool and ball marker, and one of my favorites, the Ditty pouch, where you could put everything inside. So, no matter what you decide to add to the swag bag, look at it as a business investment and a great marketing opportunity to grow your business, something that will last so that when the tournament is over, you are still top of mind. Are your branded products making you money? Back to you, Kim and Carrie.
Love it.
She's so much fun. My goodness. Another place that she tends to have a lot of fun is at her Big Show and Tell, which is hosted on her YouTube page, which is a lot of fun. Thank you for pulling that YouTube page up for me. But you can find her at Donna Bender Giving. So youtube.com at Donna Bender Giving. She has got a wonderful welcome video right at the top to tell you more about her and her page. You can find how she is able to bring that surprise and delight marketing to your business, to other businesses, get your questions answered on what kinds of things to include, just like she showed us in her golf swag bag ideas. She is fun and filled with information for marketing ideas. So go give her a subscribe click so you can stay on top of what you got going on with her.
And I just want to add that just go and see the costume she wears. Is it a uniform? For Donna, it is. I just want to say. But the costume she has are it's just amazing, you know, how she is able to really relate what she's trying to, you know, tell us about in her uniform for her marketing. And I also want to talk about, you know, in marketing and knowing how it's working is also, you know, about the analytics. Is your marketing working? But also, do you know how to read your analytics? Are you being found on, you know, for your business? Do you even know? How do you find out? Well, our next roving reporter is none other than the queen herself, the findability queen. And we're going to go to her segment on how to be findable.
Denise Millet is the findability queen, search marketing consultant, technology simplifier, host of the virtual scavenger hunt, published author, summit leader, and GME roving reporter. So when you're talking SEO, what all is actually involved with SEO being, I guess, effective? Okay, so there are 3 types of activities that are traditionally talked about under SEO. And the first one I call findability. Others might call it on-page SEO is one of the trendy topics that they call it. These are the things that you can actually do to your content. So the titles, the descriptions, picking your keywords, deciding what your keyword synonyms are and what your topic is.
And there are a couple other places that you can put your keywords that tell the search engines, give them clues about what you're writing about so that they understand it better. That is one piece. Then there's another piece that's called off page, where you're dealing with linking and submitting and some other things that you're doing outside of your site, bringing social media to you, things like that. And then there's some technical things that, honestly, you have to have a lot of manpower to really tackle those as a small business owner. So I don't do them myself, because I feel like writing content that matches what people are looking for is so much more effective.
So good, Denise Millet.
Mhm. Such great information. And don't be afraid of SEO and being findable, because our queen of findability has a YouTube channel where she breaks all of this down in little snippets of information. So you're not going to be tied to the computer for an hour. She answers the question and keeps it moving. And you'll find yourself going from one to the next, to the next, to the next, and actually learning something.
What I love is that Adam was telling us last week that he had went to her YouTube channel with a question in mind. And before he even got the chance to try and figure out how to message Denise to ask the question, he already found it on her page answered for him. So even if you have questions that you are like, let's see if we can ask them, try and put it in the search first, because one, it's probably findable on her YouTube page. And two, she's probably already answered it for you. So definitely go check it out. It's a great free resource that she provides for everyone.
Absolutely.
And Jill, that's all very true. That is exactly what happened. So,
and he messaged me right away.
I did. I was like, Denise, I was going to ask a question on your YouTube page, but you already answered it for me.
And that's so much fun to get those messages, for sure.
Yes, it is.
But please ask a question if you have one.
And you know what else is fun? Our next roving reporter, who is all about health and wellness for entrepreneurs, and that's the freaking fabulous Kat Corchado. So we are going to go into her segment and see what exercise she's going to share with us this week.
Kat Corchado is a proud military veteran, health and wellness professional, founder of Small Space Pilates, movement specialist for injury, illness, and cancer recovery, podcast host, published author, and GME roving reporter.
Thanks, Kim and Carrie. Hi, everybody. We are going to focus on the upper body right now, specifically the back. So when you've been sitting at your chair, at your desk, and you just feel like your back is achy and it doesn't feel good, we're going to do what I call the alphabet stretch. Don't worry, we're not going to be doing all 26 letters. So you're going to sit in your chair with your feet nice and comfortable on the floor. And the first letter of the alphabet we're going to use is the I. So you're just going to take the arms straight up and try to lift your collarbones up to the ceiling. Don't arch your back though. The second letter's Y, like a YMCA. Squeeze your upper back muscles. And then go to T and squeeze again and bring it back down. You can do that as many times as you want to. It's safe for you, but as always, please make sure you check with your physician and or your physical therapist. So till next time, back to you, Kim and Carrie.
Oh, sorry, I was just dancing along to Kat's exercises. So much fun. And my back feels better. Let me tell you, it was tight, but now just doing those exercises, Kat, I got a respite from the uncomfortableness. So thank you for that.
You're so welcome.
I'm getting a camera for the green room, y'all. It's coming. It's coming.
Remember that now. IYT. Yes, thank you, Kat, for everything you share and do for us.
You're
and
welcome.
one thing that Kat has coming up that I am going to encourage everybody to take part of is her next 11-minute Keep It Moving Fitness Challenge. It begins Monday, March 17th at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, which if you're in Central, that's 5:30 Central time. And it is literally 11 minutes. Kat takes us through a series of short exercises because it's 11 minutes. But afterward, you feel like you had a full, I mean, for me, it felt like I had a full 30-minute, 60-minute workout, but it was all done in 11 minutes. And Kat keeps it, like she always says, keep it moving. It's called the Keep It Moving Challenge for a reason, because she keeps it moving throughout the whole challenge. And every day is something different. She builds upon the exercises. It is so good. If you have not done it yet, go to her website, smallspacepilates.com, and sign up for the Keep It Moving Challenge, because it starts in 2 weeks, March 17th, or a week and a half, actually, because today's Friday. So that would be a week and a half. So make sure you sign up before the 17th.
Thank you, Adam.
You're welcome.
And let me just say, timing was off. I will own that. I was trying to show it too soon. So I just showed smallspacepilates.com. At the top, there's a bar that you can click and it will take you to the sign up page. So there you go. Adam, I was off. Don't fire me.
I won't fire you, Kim. I promise. I'll keep notes, but I won't fire you.
Look out.
This will go in your file, Kim.
That's what I'm trying to say. Yes, yes.
How many stripes did
Yes.
you get?
For Kim, it's like a sliding scale, but after so many, there may be a conversation that has to be had. But I have to tread lightly, because Kim is the executive producer of the show, so I have to tread lightly because I don't want to lose my job.
You didn't want to lose the producer of the year multiple times. That's what you didn't want to lose, Adam.
Okay, I don't want to lose that either. So I have to tread very carefully.
Well, let me just brag again for a minute, y'all watching. The GME is amazing. To me, I think it's a wonderful place that I wish I would have had when I was starting. But thanks to Adam and thanks to this crew of associate producers, these beautiful co-hosts, like the whole crew of Roving Reporters, I feel like y'all just need to buckle up for the 100th show, because there's some serious instigating going on, I'll call it. I know, get ready, y'all. Next week's show is 100 shows we have done, and I'm still in awe. But thank you all for what all you do. But man, y'all don't want to miss it. That's what I'm going to say, because they're going to be surprised with a few things.
Are you saying we're going to be surprised and delighted?
Ooh.
You know what, Adam? I'm saying you're watching Good Morning Entrepreneurs. Thank you for tuning in to show number 99. Today's theme is confidence marketing versus desperate marketing. And we want you to make sure you connect with these beautiful humans, these beautiful roving reporters. So I am going to share my screen again. But while I do, I'm going to share the 100th show. You don't want to miss the 100th show, I'm telling you, because there's going to be some presentations made, we'll call it, live without any foreknowledge by anyone on this screen. So let me say that. Might be some surprises coming. So if you head over to mysexybusiness.com, yes, you heard that right, My Sexy Business. I want y'all to say it out loud with me, because your businesses are sexy if they don't own you. Go over to this tile, Good Morning Entrepreneurs. You'll come to this page, big red button to watch the past shows, but keep scrolling down, because this big red button is for the directory. You all can go and connect with all these amazing humans. And I will say, I will brag again, because I think these amazing humans have made themselves accessible. And I think that's something to be said about them caring about you watching, that you also get encouragement from. Business is rough, y'all. We get it. We get that part. Starting a business is hard, all the things. So we want to make sure you have access to some amazing resources with these humans.
And Kim, one of the ways we have conversations with the audience here is if it isn't one-on-one, we do get questions from people all the time. And every week we try to pick one out and see if we can give an answer. So this week's question of the week is, what's the most important thing to do for marketing?
So we're going to go back to the theme for just a second, the confidence versus desperate marketing. A lot of times someone new starting out is not clear about their message for their marketing. And they'll come off as someone sketchy. And it's actually just nervous. They're nervous about what they're saying. They haven't practiced enough. They haven't gotten clear enough. So I think, princess opinion here, I think the most important thing you can do for your marketing is to get clear and confident in it. And practicing is actually what gives you that confidence. Getting feedback, having someone help you, understand what you're saying is not maybe exactly right. I can tell you so many times I've said something that sounded great in my head, but when it came out my mouth and went into somebody else's ears, they're like, what? So I think it's very important to be clear and to practice. That's the most important part about marketing, I think.
I will agree with that, Kim, because it does take a lot of practice to get your marketing correct. And I know even though you have something, for example, like my book, I have something, I worked so hard on it, but then to try to describe to people what's the reason they should get it, it takes a lot of time and effort and energy to figure that out. And I'm grateful that the community offers a place for us to practice and get feedback. And we do that on the Clubhouse app through our Not Creepy room. So I'm very grateful to have that space where I have been able to practice. And everybody on the stage has used that room to practice something that they have to offer, or an intro or something along those lines. So I think you're absolutely right that practice makes perfect.
I haven't shared this before. I'm going to do real quick, you all. Like, Rogue is just running in my veins today. But I want to show
all
you
the
all.
time, Kim. All the time.
All the time.
I was going to say, this is the precursor to next week's show of rogueness.
So let us just give this example from this week that we have had our Clubhouse house closed off. Denise and Adam are the mods for that room, and they do a fantabulous job of leading everybody down the practicing of their pitches, their offers, their intros. We affectionately call it the Not Creepy Room. We host it every week, but we went from, I'm going to look at the numbers so I get it right, 1,183 house members to 1,253 house members. 15 minutes this week, because for the first time ever, we made it public. So I want to show you really quickly. If you go to mysexybusiness.com, there's another tile. If you all can see my little mouse. Actually, I'm not sharing.
You're not sharing.
Hold on. Hold on. I'm sharing to myself.
I'm sure it looks good to you.
Yeah.
It looks great to me. This
now
tile,
we can see it.
Same website, different tile, actually pushing the sharing button. But this Clubhouse button right here will also take you to find out the information about these two, which are our interview king and our findability queen who run the room. So I feel like this is such a great opportunity for anyone who needs to practice. And I'm going to tell y'all, if you're in business, you need to practice. I don't care what you're doing. I don't care how versed what you're doing is. It's constantly evolving into something you need to practice. So there you go. I haven't shared that on GME before. There you go.
That's awesome, you guys. Love it.
Love the pictures with the crowns. They're awesome.
Can I just say one thing about marketing? Go back to our question. I think one of the things, and I learned this in this group, is that to come across as a person. So when I see marketing and it's perfect, I'm kind of like, I don't know if that's a real person. But when I see a typo, which would make most people cringe, I'm like, that's a real person. So I think it's very important for me, and I don't know about other entrepreneurs, to not only come across as a person, but people to relate to me that way.
Well said, Kat.
Thanks, Kat, for saying that. And I wanted to say that does come across as confident too, when you're, even though you know you are human and you might make mistakes, putting it out there is confidence. And another person that gives us a lot of confidence in who she talks to and what she brings to these segments is our next roving reporter, Yvonne Marchese, with Entrepreneurship Later in Life.
Yvonne Marchese is the president of the Age Agitators Club, creator of the Aging Playfully Play Shop, podcast host, published author, branding photographer, summit leader, and GME roving reporter.
Thanks, Kim. I'm guessing you've heard the term personal branding, yeah? Maybe you think, though, that it's just for influencers or some sort of vanity project. Think again. As an older entrepreneur, your experience, your values, and your personality are your biggest assets. And building a personal brand helps you stand out in the crowd. Your audience isn't just buying a product or a service, they're buying access to you. They want to know your story, your experience, and why they should trust you. So here's how to build a personal brand authentically. Number one, you got to own your story. Your journey, challenges and all, makes you relatable and credible. Number two, show up consistently. Whether it's on LinkedIn, a podcast, social media, share what you know. And number three, engage with your audience. Authentic connections build trust and attract opportunities. It's never too late to put yourself out there. You can do it. Your experience is your brand, so let the world see it. That's all for now. Back to you in the studio.
I feel like Yvonne should have been up here with us telling us all this
I
the
know,
whole entire
right?
show so far.
I know.
When I watched her video, I was like, oh my gosh, that is so perfect for today's show. And it wasn't even pre-planned or anything.
Yeah.
I love how it happens that way.
Oh, man. Well, she does bring some great confidence to those who she speaks with us here on GME. And for more confidence stories and tips, go check out her podcast. Oh, thank you. That's Late Bloomer Living. You can find it at her website, on any social podcast platforms. My gosh, where's my words today? But she does a great job in bringing you stories of people in entrepreneurship who are pursuing it later in life, and giving you that hope that you can do it too at any age, just like she was talking about today. She's got some great ways of bringing in play and busting any of the age myths that you hear about out there, that, you know, doesn't matter what age you are, you can still start something new.
Is that her MISBE award-winning podcast?
That's what I was going to say. You read my mind. That was the 2024 podcast of the year.
Love
So,
it.
great podcast.
Well, somebody else who has a great podcast is our next roving reporter, who is Jill Olish, and we're going to go to her segment on Mama Entrepreneurs.
Jill Olish is the ambassador of moms, founder and leader of the Mama Outspoken Village, published author, podcast host, executive team leader of My Sexy Business, host of the Vision Board Party, associate producer, and GME roving reporter.
Thanks, Kim. How do you recognize that you need a break? I think we can feel that we don't want to give ourselves a break when we become entrepreneurs, because we have to be all in all the time.
And in motherhood, it is the same. We really don't have a choice to be anything but mom some days. And where are the breaks? But we still need them because we can get to burnout really fast to a point of complete overwhelm. We can start to notice our emotions on the rise and kind of feeling chaotic, and that's our melty state. And when I get melty, I know I need to take a break. When my bandwidth is shot, that I've just made so many decisions that I might be a little melty too, and just not all there and able to do what I once could do when I had energy. Or I feel super lazy. I don't want to get into working on my business or doing anything for my home. Those are the times where I recognize that I need a break. I mean, I need to take a vacation. I might be forced on a vacation, like a holiday break, but also I can just take a day. So give yourself the permission to rest periodically, so that way you get those breaks and be aware of where you're starting to feel that run down feeling. And that's where you can start being strategic with your breaks and placing them in ahead of time so you never get to that burnout stage. Entrepreneurship and motherhood is challenging, but you're still allowed to take a rest. Back to you in the GME studio.
That's powerful.
We keep saying, where was Jill when we were in parenthood deep? For sure.
Well, I learned about resting from Kim, so it wasn't my idea.
It was the voluntold rests.
Yeah. Sometimes we have to be voluntold to do certain things. This is true. And I will say that voluntold looks good on you, Jill. Let me say that. Do you have your podcast cover art, your new one?
I did, and it's going to take a minute for my computer to
That's the old one. Oops, sorry.
upload it.
Well, let me say out loud that Jill's podcast with her husband, Bobby, is such a powerful example of learning to do things differently, understanding each other, communicating. Like, there's so many layers to this podcast. So I want to invite everyone. I'm just going to be like the pushy one, Jill. I want to invite everyone to come and listen and subscribe to the Mama Outspoken podcast, because Jill and Bobby are sharing very vulnerably what goes on with being a new mama. Entrepreneur stuff floats in there amidst it too, but it's such a powerful example of when you share your story, what can happen. So there's me being pushy again, Jill.
Thanks.
I love the color, Jill.
Thanks. It was
Just
a
saying.
fun revamp.
I love what you do, Jill, with your husband. I think it's amazing that you share such real, vulnerable content with all of us.
Thank you so much. And, we're going to be sharing some more real vulnerable content this weekend. March 8th, tomorrow, is International Women's Day. And we've started this, but this will be a third annual Impact Over Noise, where we're going to have a sort of panel discussion, just talking about the powerhouse women that are surrounding us in everyday life. For us, our community. And we are looking forward to having this panel with us for just a couple of hours. We'll live stream right where you're watching here at 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central. Specifically, I want to make sure we're hitting topics on like standing up as women and being heard, and how we are breaking through barriers in leadership and entrepreneurship, as well as, like I just talked about in my segment, rest and self-care, because that is all necessary as well. And, we're not just entrepreneurs. We have other roles in our lives that we play. We are women. Some of us are moms. Some of us are homeowners, or we're taking care of others, caretakers. We have so many things that we are doing that we need that community around us to continue lifting us up, because we know we can do it all, but we can't always do it alone. So it'll be a fun conversation to talk about how we are making these strides in our lives, in our businesses, and as a community. So
I'm sorry, Jill, did you?
Oh, yeah.
Are you saying that it takes a village?
It does. Not just in motherhood, in entrepreneurship, in life, everything. But we want to make sure that everyone is invited to be a part of this conversation. So some of us here are going to be panelists that day as well. And I'm going to exclude Adam only because he's not a woman, but we are. If I had to tell him yesterday, I was like, I'm so sorry, I couldn't invite you, Adam.
Let me share what Adam's response was. It's okay, I was busy anyway. Right?
If you are not busy tomorrow, or if you're going to watch the replay, we hope that you participate with us. Comment, ask questions. If you're curious on how we are doing what we are doing, please ask us. We'll be happy to talk about it live and in the comments afterwards. So, yeah.
Can't wait, Jill. Can't wait. And I do have to say that we also have someone who supports entrepreneurs, entertains us with his content, sharing on his platform. Our wonderful Adam Rothenberg is our interview king, and he strives to make us all feel great when we meet all these wonderful celebrities and luminaries. And we're going to head over to his segment right now, Entrepreneurs and Entertainment.
Adam Rothenberg is the interview king, media personality, creator of the Call Me Adam entertainment platform, published author, podcast host, red carpet correspondent, associate producer, and GME roving reporter.
Thanks, Kim. It's Adam, and I'm not back in my closet, but I am excited to bring you today's Entrepreneurs and Entertainment segment, which features a clip from my 2025 interview with Emmy Award-winning producer Dan Watt. What do you feel has been the biggest lesson you have learned from your entrepreneurial journey that you feel could help other entrepreneurs?
I would say don't be afraid to ask for help. I just heard something last night. Somebody said, people that are more successful than you want to see you succeed. They won't say anything bad about you. They will help you because they've been there. So I was lucky enough, and it ties into what my answer was going to be. I reached out to a girl I worked with at Columbia Pictures, Mary, who left and went on her own prior than me leaving Simon. And she said, you know what, Dan, I have this wonderful friend named Shannon. And she said, let me connect you with Shannon. And Shannon focused on documentaries. And Shannon shared so much information for me and was willing to hold my hand through the entire movie. Her and Morgan Spurlock were my two anchors that if you get stuck in your creativity and you don't know what to do and what to do next, or you're overwhelmed, just hearing somebody say something, even if you know it, but if I called you and you said, well, what if da-da-da-da, oh, you heard it from somebody else and it just resonates different. But because they were both successful on their own, they just are willing to help you as much as they can. And that just made all the difference in the world.
And that is today's Entrepreneurs in Entertainment. It's back to you in the GME studio.
I love that, Adam.
Thank you. It was a great conversation we had.
It looked like you were just really, like, it seems as though it was a longer conversation. Like I wanted to lean in. When it was like, back to you in the GME studio, I'm like, oh.
Tell me more. Tell me more.
I want more.
But we can all go over to Adam's entertainment platform at callmeadam.com and see those full interviews and stories that he does. So, yeah, do we have a screen with them?
We do, actually.
Let's see if we can see that.
I do. Yes, we do have one right here.
And Adam also has a weekly digest that he releases all the newest, latest, and greatest secrets to everybody on the digest first before they land on the platform. So you want to sign up for that too.
And Adam, I'm going to give you feedback out loud because this is something important. I want to know when you are highlighting someone, I want to know what it is they're, I'll call it famous for, because I know Dan has a movie out that I'd like for you to talk about next week in the 100th show, if you will.
For you, Kim, I'll do anything.
Thank you, Adam. Thank you.
Let's write that down.
Exactly. We have it in recording, Adam.
I'm making a note of it right now.
Well, thank you, Adam, for that. Well, let's go to our next segment. It's become one of my favorites, and it's called Princess Speak.
So Princess Speak is the simple business language that our community uses on the daily. And this is one of the things that when we talk about marketing, juicy is the Princess Speak word of this week. And juicy is the kind of marketing that you want to have. Juicy comes from confidence. Juicy comes from effective marketing, clear marketing. And when we do a scale of, oh, that's kind of creepy, the other end of the scale is juicy. So stay away from the creepy end of the pool, y'all. Go to the juicy end of the pool. That's what I'm going to say. And we're going to have to fast check this. So y'all give quick answers today.
Well, I'd rather something that draws me in with something juicy than the stale marketing that it's just like, okay, maybe that's, I always think of AARP. I mean, I'm sorry. That's what I grew up thinking it was like the old thing that's stale to me. And then juicy was like some of the other younger things. I'm sorry, guys. I know I can get it. So
I think the cool part is AARP has become juicier as I've gotten to be 58.
That's what happens. Wait for it, Jill. You're going to get it in the mail. You're going to be like, oh my gosh.
It's never juicy. It is just sad. Anyway, I'm sorry. AARP. I would say that juicy is enticing and connects. And it means that you're speaking to people the way to connect with the right people. So you understand who you're talking to. It's not manipulative. It's not for an outcome. It's because you're relating. That's my juicy.
That's great.
And all I'm going to say is when I think of juicy, I think of food. When you put it, you see it and it looks good and you put it in your mouth and it tastes good. And then after it's done, you feel satisfied. That's what juicy marketing is to me.
Nailed it, Kat. Nailed
it. Thank you.
I feel like juicy marketing entices you in a way that other marketing doesn't. So like for me, I'm going to say, and I'll just stick with the AARP. For me, it is very juicy because they have, Brooke Shields has been on the cover. Drew Barrymore was just on the cover. In 2021, they did a virtual presentation of Debbie Gibson in concert. I mean, for me, it was so great. And it enticed me because of the celebrity factors.
I love it, Adam. Well, you Sweetwater can do the same. You can go from desperate marketing to confident marketing to juicy marketing by practicing, by getting clear about your messaging. And that's what we want for all of you, is that your marketing is juicy and your dreams are coming true because you have built a business that you own and does not own you. So we hope to see you next week for the 100th show. Let me remind you all, so many rogue things happening. Love y'all.
Join us next Friday at 7 a.m. Central. This is the team signing off for Good Morning Entrepreneurs.